Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. What's going on in Ukraine? Well, not the war. A lot of actors over there seem to have been activated, or at least the rats abandoned ship. It seems like. What happens now? We have the former Ukrainian president, Petro Poroshenko. If you remember that guy, the first Ukrainian president after the 2014 coup, he was picked by Victoria Nuland, by the way, if I remember correctly. He tried to leave Ukraine, and as you know, just for some business meetings. But as you know, you can't leave if you're a male of a military age. And if you are a, how do you call it, an official, someone who works in the government, or you're a parliamentarian, you have to ask for permission. You have to have a written permit in order to get out of the country, signed, in this case, by the guy in charge of the Rada, like you have the House of Representatives in the Speaker of the House. Basically, only then you can leave with the approval, if I remember correctly, of Andriy Yermak, who is the chief of the he is the president's staff, chief of staff. That's the president's office chief. So Poroshenko, got the paper signed. He was about to cross the border to leave. And at the border, he was stopped and said, well, your permit was cancelled. So they cancelled his permit. I have two articles because I know exactly why his permit was cancelled. And that is because he was supposed to meet a bad dude. All right, let's go to the first article here. The New Voice of Ukraine. This came early today at 11:03 on December 10th. Yeah, I'm already there. First, Kornienko. That's a guy like the Speaker of the Rada, Speaker of the House, the guy in charge over there, the boss. Kornienko cancelled ex-President Poroshenko's business trip because of a letter he refused to divulge. So he refused to divulge. Okay, he's at the border. This guy saying, yet you can't cross, my boy. The international business trip of Ukrainian's fifth president and current MP. What do I mean, fifth? Oh, yeah. The fifth after the, from 1990, whatever they got independent. Petro Poroshenko was cancelled after the parliament's first deputy speaker, that's the guy in charge, Alexander Kornienko, received a letter, and I'm quoting, for official use only. From whom? I would like to know. Was it from Zelensky's office? Or from the intelligence services? I'm going to tell you. Kornienko refuses to disclose the content of the letter, and I'm quoting. Poroshenko, indicated that the main reason of his trip was participation in a non-parliamentary event, a party forum of the International Democratic Union, a community that probably includes European solidarity. He wrote that these would also be some other high-level meetings. Kornienko said on national television on December 1st. Internal principles allow participation in party events, but the content of the letter, which cannot be discussed, forced Kornienko to cancel Poroshenko's business trip abroad. Poroshenko claimed the border guards did not let him leave Ukraine, accusing Ukrainian authorities of interfering with his business trip. In December 1st Telegram post, he said he didn't believe that the border guards acted on their own initiative. So he was ordered by the tyrants. And accused Ukrainian authorities of interfering, preventing him from attending dozens of meetings scheduled in Poland and the United States. Remember, Poland and the United States. Poroshenko was prevented from traveling abroad by border guards because his business trip permit was cancelled. Ukrainian Secretary of State Border Guard Service spokesman Andriy Demchenko told New Voice. During martial law, MPs have the right to leave the country for business trips only, with the appropriate permission. Poroshenko's business travel document signed by the Speaker of Ukraine's Verkhovna Rada parliament was revoked by Kornienko. European Solidarity MP Oleksiy Honcharenko said, sharing a document to prove it. Okay, now, ready, set, go. The New Voice of Ukraine at 5:30 p.m. today, the 1st of December. Poroshenko barred from leaving Ukraine over planned meeting with Viktor Orban. So there we go. So the Mr. Poroshenko is in big doo-doo, if true. But at this point, I don't think it matters in Ukraine if it's true or not. If they want to take care of you and invite you home, back home, they will, and you're done. He's toast. Why? Because Mr. Orban is public enemy number one, public enemy SBU, public enemy number one, and this guy was supposed to meet with Orban without reporting it. That tells me that's not good. That's not good what's going on here. They're gonna take care of this guy. He's toast. So let's read the article. Former Ukrainian President and sitting MP Petro Poroshenko was not permitted to leave the country because he planned to meet with Hungarian Prime Minister Viktor Orban, a government source told New Voice on December 1st. Okay, so what? Why is that illegal? Is Orban sanctioned by Ukraine? No. Is illegal to meet with Orban, like negotiate with Putin? No. Then why? Is it because he hid the information? Is that a problem? Or because he meets the guy? It can be both, because nothing wrong with Viktor Orban, unless this guy did not disclose it and this guy said, that means a hanky-panky. Come over here, sit on that little chair, shut up, put the light on over there, and now let's talk. Give me the pliers. Thank you very much. Open the mouth. Say okay. Oh, what do you want me to get? That one? All right, I'm gonna get this one. Smack. That's what they do. They used to. I don't know if they do it now. But anyway, so that's what's gonna happen with Poroshenko unless Victoria Nuland intervenes. According to our source, the possibility of this unreported, that's wrong, no, was one of the reason for the parliamentary leadership cancellation of Poroshenko's trip. The Ukrainian leadership believes that a meeting between the former president and Hungarian prime minister could further damage Ukraine-Hungary relations, which are currently in crisis. I think no. It wouldn't have damaged Ukraine-Hungary relations. It would have damaged Zelensky-Orban's relations, but not, Orban would have been, not Orban, Zelensky would have been like appear to be like an asshole, which, I think it would have been good for Poroshenko to go to Hungary and discuss with Orban. Don't you want to communicate? Don't you want to make things better? How? By communicating, by negotiating, by saying, hey, mofo, what is wrong with you? What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? Let me poke you in the eye. All right, let me poke you in your nostril. That's how you solve things in business. All right, Orban is planning to block negotiations for Ukraine's entry into the European Union and the allocation of 50 billion euros, $55 billion in financial aid to Kiev. Both issues to be discussed at the upcoming EU summit in December. So it made sense. Maybe he was over there just to soften Orban. Massage. Okay, like. Moreover, according to the New Voice source, Poroshenko's trip would have coincided with tours by several groups of Ukrainian officials to the United States to lobby for Ukrainian interests. And I'm quoting right now, I'm quoting, those who are now trying to find justification for their refusal based on the Hungarian track using Petro Poroshenko's former contact with Viktor Orban are wasting their efforts, the party said in a statement. How do you know beforehand? How do you know beforehand? I saw this like these guys who already know the intent. You know, like they ask you, do you want to go in Jamaica? And before you answer, no, you don't want to go. No, you don't like Jamaica. When the fuck you ask me? You know, they already know. You already know what you like, what you don't like, what you're gonna do. Okay, tell me why. I mean, bring some justification. This is just a mentality, and I will show you. I will tell you about that. Now they told about if Poroshenko had the opportunity to assist the money and the European Council, using his own personal positive experience and contacts to ensure the decision was successful. So again, especially in light of recent statements, he would have done so. So I think what happened, Poroshenko did not go with the Zelensky's approval, and he cannot take any credit because you can't. It's a popularity contest over there, and Zelensky is the one. That's it. Zaluzny. No, let's start with the first one. Klitschko is out. Zaluzny is out. Poroshenko seems like he wanted to warm himself up somehow, and Zelensky poked him in the eye, left one. So I think it's someone else asked Poroshenko to go, not Zelensky. Who's that someone else? Who are those guys? It seems like Zelensky doesn't allow these guys to move left or right unless it's he who resolves problems. I'm telling you, this guy is a tyrant. I'm talking about Zelensky. He proved that many times to me. I made a lot of videos on that. But it's also a mentality. But like this guy, he already knew what's going on, and you can't because we know. How do you know? I will tell you a little story here. In Kyokushin, when I had an examination for my second degree, black belt, I had it in Switzerland, and over there I had how many were? Five masters. I was a German. There were two Swiss guys. It was the the U.S. president of the organization in the U.S., and it was a Japanese guy who was all this. So yeah, two, about five or six. I'm missing anyone? Five anyway. And it was the commission. So, you know, what you do in Kyokushin, you first do the physical part, which is 1,000 kicks, 1,000 push-ups, whatever you have to do. I'm just exaggerating. But you do the physical stuff. And after that, you do, it depends how they want to structure it. And I think it was physical first. And then you go with a technique. So you as the forms that you have to do for second black belt. I was examined at that time. And after that, you know, they have all kind of things to do, blah, 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 blah. So while I was doing that, they make combinations of 3 or 4 or 5 techniques, and you have to do a repetition. So you have to memorize it and pop, 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 pop. You can't. So let's say I don't know, like Jodanuke, Gedanbarai, Oitsuki, Uchudeuke, and I don't know, Hijiate or something. That's it. And then you have to do all that in the connection, and then again, blah, 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 blah. You can't. They want to see how. Anyway, you do that, and then you do the kata, and after you do the kata. You fight. I had to fight 40 kumites for the second black belt for Kyokushin examination. That's how it is. 30 kumite, 30 fights with 30 different opponents, or they're rotating and you don't have time to relax. You fight a minute and a half, and then you switch, another one, a minute and a half, switch, another one. 30 fights for black belt, 40 fights, kumites for second black belt, and 50 for the third black belt. I got my third black belt in the United States of America. Anyway, so over there it was a technique, a certain kind of technique, and you do it, it was this uraken, while you were doing with nekoashi dachi, uraken, I can show you the legs, pop, boom. And then you turn around, and then you jump, neko, pop, and then I can remember the jump, and neko, it was neko, no neko, can't remember you cross your legs and you go like this and then turn around and ura and then do it. I can't remember the name. Anyway, Jesus Christ. Anyway, so I was doing it forward, going forward, because that's the way I thought it is. Why? Because I was going forward. I was attacking and I was turning around and attacking forward, turning around, jumping forward, turn around, jumping forward. They did it sideways. So you jump that way, and when you jump towards that way, you do sideways. Bam. It's a uraken. Boom, boom. So, and then I did it always forward, forward. And they were like puzzled when, I mean, I was one of the two, I think, examined for second degree over there. So it was the two of us or three of us, and the whole commission. They were more than we were. And he stopped and say, okay, I see you do that forward. Why would you do it? Why do you do it forward? And I explained, I do it forward because when I'm jumping forward, I'm supposed to go over there. I'm not jumping forward and I'm hitting here. You can do that, but I choose to do this way. And the guy, he said, that's an explanation. He turned around and sat down. If that would have happened in Romania or in Hungary, good Kyokushin school, they would have kicked me out. They said, they wouldn't have even asked me, what's the justification, the reason why you do it forward? They wouldn't have asked me. They would assume that I don't know the technique, and there's no justification, no mental thought process behind what I'm doing. And I would have failed, they could have me failed. But these guys from Switzerland, different mentality, said, oh, wait a second, it seems to me you're doing it wrong. Why do you do it like this? When I gave them the justification, said, yeah, makes sense, that's different, but yeah, go ahead. That's a reason, makes sense. In Romania, I would have been kicked out. The same here. These guys assume shit without asking, wait a minute, sit down. And they're going to talk later with pliers pulling tooth out and smashing them. Well, don't pull them out. You smash them as they are in the teeth. So you smash the one over here, and the root and everything, the half of it stays in because it infects, it gets infected, and then it hurts. You know what I mean? The nerve is outside and exposed. You don't pull it. Pull it, blood, and that's it. You don't pull it. You squeeze. That's how they did it. You crash it. That's how they did it. Crash it, and half stays in the gums. So and the nerves stays over there. So you're fucked, basically. Anyway, I seem to have a lot of experience. Some might say, as a victim. I was a victim. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Poroshenko is gonna be a victim pretty soon. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.